Alright, so here we have Bitcoin on Bybit on the 1 hour. As you see, we are being held up by the 21 right now. So if we do break through that on a closure, 1 hour closure, probably going to come back down to the 50 at 21,300. Now, if we break the 50, then we're going to be coming down to somewhere around the line in the sand. Because if we break 2,500 on a 8-hour closure, I would expect this to be one big bull trap, and then probably come back down to new lows, at least our last lows at 18,000, 17,000, and that would be what I would be looking at for the level right there. Now to the upside, and that would be the bear case. To the upside, the 22,500 level is what would lead us up to the 24 to 25K if we can break through that level on an 8-hour closure. So right now your RSI is neutral, in the neutral median zone, working its way down. We are below the signal line right now, being held down by the signal line, have since we started working our way out of the bullish control zone. We did have a few drives of bearish divergence, and if this is a confirmed high, we will have bearish divergence on the 12-hour. So we're going to find out what happens with that on a closure. And if that would happen, it could probably lead us down to, like I said, the line in the sand. Well, maybe 20,800. So we still could make a higher low there. But if we do come back down to this 21 at 2,500 on the 12-hour, and break that on an 8-hour closure, that would not look good at all. Right now your MACD working its way down. Negative momentum is pretty stable right now, pretty low. If we do cross the zero line, that's not going to look good. That's going to be at that 2,800 level. So yeah, that would probably cascade us down to the line in the sand at about 20,500. Right now your BBWP is very low, so when it does cross that moving average, that's when either the move downward or the move upward is going to happen. So we're basically right in the middle. 21,500 is literally right in the middle of where our two levels are, which is 22,500 and 2,500. All right, so definitely watch where we're at right now. If we break the 50, at 21,300, we're going to work our way down to the bottom of this range most likely, and probably get a bounce at 21K, where this VPVR level is here. Your VPVR measures horizontal volume at a certain price level. This gray indicator right here to your right. Your RSI and your MACD are both momentum oscillators. They judge bullish and bearish momentum. BBWP measures volatility, just in case anybody didn't know. So yeah, I mean, that's basically your bullish and bearish case. If you do break the 50 and you do come down below this neutral median zone, watch this bearish control zone, because we could get the bounce there and continue to head up, and this could just be a pullback. But if we do enter that bearish control zone, that's going to cascade us down to probably this 100 in the bottom of this range. That would also imply that you break the zero line to the downside on the MACD. Well, no, because if you break that to the downside at 27.78, that's going to be in line with the bottom of this level. So if that does happen, there's a good chance that you're going to break this low or break this 100 and come back into this range, and this be one big bull trap. So definitely pay attention to your momentum, pay attention to your BBWP, because when this crosses that moving average, that's when the move is going to happen. So watch where your momentum is and your price action once that 1 hour BBWP crosses its moving average to the upside. All right, so that's basically what I'm looking at on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, we are deep in the bullish control zone, coming back down on that signal line. Looks like, shit, come on. Looks like we do have a hint of bearish divergence, which, like I said, probably going to get a pullback, possibly down to 21,300. And that would still be a healthy pullback. Right now, your MACD looks like it's curling over. If we cross that signal line, start printing some dark red bars on this histogram here, you know, that's going to feed into that pullback, probably down to either 21,300 or 21K. All right, your BBWPs in the lower zone down here, probably going to work its way down a little bit farther. We could consolidate here a little bit. Trying to grind out the top of this range right now. If we can break that range, we'll probably come up to the 22,350, 22,400 level. Right now we're being held up by the 200 on the 4 hour and the 21 on the 1 hour. So we got some good support under us right now. On the daily, I mean, look, that's a massive daily candle. We did break out of the bearish control zone far above the signal line and the neutral median line. We need to stay above 19,935, 36 in order to stay above that signal line and stay out of the bearish control zone. If we get back down below there, we're probably going to 16K. MACD is below your zero line, but positive momentum is increasing on the histogram. Fresh MACD cross to the upside as your BBWP is crossing its moving average to the upside. So medium term, it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like you're kind of front running your 100 right now, right here, but you could come up to that purple zone still. And remember, that is the level to beat in order to start working your way back up to these red zones. Now, in the medium term, the momentum in the price action looks pretty good, except your shorter term momentum, shorter term time frame, if you do break below those specific levels that we talked about, that's going to pour over into the daily after a few days. You know what I mean? So your 1 hour and your 4 hour, you want to watch those. Definitely want to watch this BBWP and see which direction this takes you. All right. So that's basically my thoughts for Bitcoin, bullish and bearish cases. If you guys like this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below, one being the Discord. A lot of good conversation about trading crypto and investing there. Definitely join the Discord. We stay ahead of the curve. One more thing I wanted to point out is that we are hitting a bearish order block right now. You know what I mean? So there's some supply in this zone that could be released. Kind of front ran it a little bit, and your stochastic is pointing down, getting out of the overbought region. So, you know, on the short term, let's see what the 1 hour is. So on the 1 hour, you're below the signal line, working your way through the neutral median zone. Your Bollinger Bands are really tight. You know what I mean? So the volatility is basically just going sideways. You're consolidating right now. So once again, watch your BBWP on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. And, well, watch it on the 1 hour first, because once that happens and you do cross the moving average to the upside, it's going to pick up pretty quick. All right. So, you know, watch your levels. You know, I gave you the 2 levels. Those are very important levels. That's going to dictate what a couple $1,000 move to one side or the other. So here we have Ethereum. Once again, we're being held up by the 21. RSI is in the neutral median zone, kind of, you know, coming up and down. If we do get another bounce off of this line, it's going to start looking like a descending triangle. But we will find out, because we're going to have major support at this level. We got a lot of lows right here on the RSI. We're going to have major support there. We're going to have major support at the neutral median line. We need to get back above 1772, which is basically right where we're at. We're converging and diverging away from and to and from the signal line. So basically, if we can cross the signal line to the upside, get back above this last high, we could touch this bullish control zone. Now, the last 3 times we have got rejected from deep in the bullish control zone. Let's see what happened at each one of those spots. So right here, you had a pullback. Right here, you just consolidated to the downside. And right here, you're basically consolidating, trying to work your way into this purple zone right here. All your major moving averages are above each other, pretty fanned out. So if you break the 21, you're probably going to come down to the 50 at 1743. Break that, probably going to come down to this purple zone. This purple zone is going to be major support at about the 1700 level. I mean, that was the level that we were talking about all the way down here that you needed to beat. Well, we have beat it, so now it's going to turn into major support. All right, your BBWP is very, very low. So once it crosses that moving average, just like Bitcoin, shit's gonna pop off. So definitely pay attention to that. Let's move on to the 4-hour. So here on your 4-hour, entering that bullish control zone, getting above the signal line, MACD, looks like it's curling over a little bit. Your positive momentum on the histogram is decreasing, so we're going to find out whether you cross this to the downside or just get a retest and a resumption. BBWP is in the lower zone. Moving average is working its way down. So once that 1-hour BBWP crosses its moving average, that's going to spill over into the 4-hour, and then we're going to start picking up. We're either going to go to, 1950 or, down to this 100 at 1600. So that's basically the level I'm looking at. If you break this 200 in this purple zone at 1685, that's what's going to cascade you down to this 100. I think you would get a bounce at the 50, 1665 region, and probably another bounce at 1630. But ultimately, I think you would come down to the 100. I think you would make new lows. That's if we break this purple zone right here. All right, so that's the level to stay above. This purple zone at 16, basically 1700. We break 1700, we're pretty much in deep shit. All right, so pay attention to where we get, if we do get rejected from here, watch this 21, 1720. That's where we could get the bounce and make a higher low. But if we do come back down to here, this is going to be the line in the sand, just like with Bitcoin. It's going to follow Bitcoin right now. Ethereum's going to have a little bit of its own legs just because of the merge and stuff, but it's still going to follow Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So watch Bitcoin, watch your momentum, your volatility, and your trend for Bitcoin. That's going to spill over into these other coins. All right, so let's move on to Solana. Solana right now is having another pop up, making a new high, even another high than this, but we're going to find out. This could be a double top. If Bitcoin comes down and gets rejected from the level that it's at and starts cascading below those moving averages, turning that momentum bearish, that's going to cascade this down. This is going to look like a double top to me. All right, so your VPVR level right here, you got your POC, point of control, coming in at the 50. So between $35 and $34.75 is going to be major support. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to do this, because this is going to be our major level of support right here. So basically, you hold the purple zone, you're in good shape. If you break the purple zone in this last low at 34.32, basically you're 100. You break the 100, you're going to get a bounce at the 200, most likely $33, but ultimately I think you would come back down to this VPVR level at the 31.25 region. Right now, your RSI is in the neutral zone. You are above the signal line. You did get a test of the bullish control zone. So if you do come back up to the bullish control zone, most likely you will try to break it. Your MACD, fresh cross of the zero line and the signal line at the same time. So this 1-hour momentum is starting to look good as long as we hold this purple zone. All right, BBWP's above its moving average and in the upper zone, working its way up. So the volatility could continue. This could just have been a pullback. I mean, it's looking like it. But now if Bitcoin shits the bed, Solana's going to do the same. You know what I mean? Solana by itself looks pretty good right now. But watch Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the 4-hour. Here on the 4-hour, you did have the multi-moving average cross. They're all fanned out confirmation. We did just break the signal line again, trying to get into that bullish control zone. Last time we did get rejected from it right here and had a pullback. Looks like we are front running the 200. That's going to be a hard level to get above, the 36.25 region. Right now your MACD, fresh cross to the downside, but it's curling back up. So if your 1-hour MACD follows through and doesn't get rejected, because sometimes it goes to the zero line and then gets rejected. So look, this level right here, basically where we're coming up to, is going to be high resistance on the MACD. And it has came up to there after getting across of the zero line and the signal line at the same time, and then cracking back down. So let's see here. That would coincide with us having a double top. So definitely watch this. If we fall below this purple zone at basically 34.70, it's not going to look good, especially on like a 4-hour closure. All right, let's go to the 8-hour. All right, so we're being held down by the 100. We are in the neutral median zone, trying to work our way back up to the bullish control zone. Looks like we do have the W pattern. So that's what I'm saying. The medium-term time frame looks good. Medium-term time frames on these assets look good. It's the short-term time frame that could, that's neutral right now. It's looking decent, but it's going to matter once we break the moving average of the BBWP and then seeing where our momentum is at that point. So bearish case for Solana, once again, is that you break this purple zone. I do think you would get bounces at the 100, the 200, and the top of this purple zone, but ultimately I think you would come back into this purple zone, and then let's come back to it. If we break this last high, next stop is $40. If we can break this on some follow through, break these last wick highs on a 1-hour closure, and Bitcoin cooperates, we could come up to $40. So that's basically it. That's my bullish and bearish cases for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. Join the Discord. And everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening. And I will see you in the next one.